Best of the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Oh, they rock! Woo!
Oh, I love it. It's the best. Check it out.
They rock, absolutely.
98.1 and 1410 AM.
The following is a North Platte Post sports presentation. It's time for FNBO American Legion Baseball with the North Platte Post and FM 98.1.
Get set, and oh my God, there goes Blaze Seiler! He did it! He successfully stole home!
Today's game brought to you by Shelter Insurance, Pete Bowles and Brent Rogo, Dave's Place, Pizza Wings and more on East 4th and North Platte, CET Troubleshooters, Premier Toyota, Sand Hills State Bank, Wicked Fast on North Highway 83. Use your MyPhillips 66 card and save money on gas. And Lindemeyer Law Office.
The pitch swung, driven, deep left field. That one looks to be going all the way, and it is absolutely crushed out of the park. Carter Kelly with the first home run of the season for the Nationals, and it was an absolute moonshot to left field.
FNBO Baseball, also brought to you by Larry's Glass, the D&N Event Center. Another round in River's Edge Golf Course. Come have another round with them. Great Plains Health and Great Plains Home Care. Larry's RV. Bill Summers Ford Honda Lincoln Nissan. North Platte Public Schools. Willow Creek Embroidery. Quick Stop Convenience Stores. And Runs Up. Let's play ball. FNBO Baseball from FM 98.1 and AM 1410 and live stream video at NorthPlattePost.com. Here's the voice of the Nationals, Paxton Gordon.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field for day number 2 of potential baseball. Well, I'd say potential baseball, but it's looking like we're going to get things underway here today between Platte Valley Auto, Lexington Post 111 taking on the FNBO Nationals. Again, yesterday's game was canceled postponed to today due to the severe thunderstorms and weather we got yesterday night. But it's a beautiful day. You might as well just say that night never happened with how clear of a blue sky it is outside and how sunny it is and has been here today. Nationals 2-2 on the season, coming off of a loss against Misco Sports Kearney on Wednesday, where really again the offense couldn't get rocking and rolling. They put together 4 hits, only 1 run came across on those 4 hits, and it really felt like no matter what type of aggression they put towards the bats, fortunately couldn't fall through as Derek Nonhoff went the full game, again only allowing the 1 run, I believe in the bottom of the 6th inning when it was Easton Jones hitting a RBI double into the gap in left center field. And outside of that, nothing else really came across. Looking to change that here today. A get-right game against Lexington. This Lexington team has lost graduated 8 of their 9 starters last season, so almost looking like a fresh new team out here. Again, don't have a juniors team this season for this post 111 team. So Nationals looking to get down to business and take care of business essentially at the same time here against Lexington and move to 3-2 and set their eyes on a very, very difficult weekend. They'll be taking on Cheyenne. That's coming in for a 3-game set, 1 game tomorrow, and then a doubleheader on Sunday for your Memorial weekend. So a lot of pressure this weekend for the Nationals as Cheyenne, a team that is, as always, has come in and has been super, super strong and has flexed its muscles every time it's come here. But Nationals looking to turn that around this season when they come in on Saturday. But got to get through this Lexington team in front of them today, as head coach Ricky Holm would always say, got to pay attention to what's in front of you before you can move on to the next game. So that's what's up for the Nationals here in today's game. We'll see what type of action they can get rocking and rolling. 2-2 on the season Nationals are compared to this Lexington squad that has yet to play a game, as both of their games prior had been canceled due to rainouts. We're going to step aside and take a break here. Quick stop pregame show. We come back, we will have more and the starting lineups right here at FM 98.1, AM 1410, and of course video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it. Carry out. DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Welcome back here, Billwood Field. Nationals taking on Lexington post 111 in a makeup game from yesterday's cancellation due to weather. Quick Stop pregame show, 27 locations open 24 hours a day. Quick Stop, always open right around the corner. Let's jump into our Double Dips Ice Creamery star teeing the lineups right here. We'll begin, of course, with the side of Lexington post 111 and their senior roster. Starting at shortstop and leading off in today's game, Mitch McFadden. He will be starting today alongside Drew Hansen, who will be on the mound batting in the 2-hole for this Lexington squad. Rigo Cerzero will be starting in right field for Lexington with Jonah Bryan in center field batting in the 4-hole. Grayson McFarland will be catching in today's game with Owen Bauer at third base. Dominic Villain at left field with Henry Velasquez at second base, and Croy Liebert on over at first base for Lexington. And then for the FNBO Nationals, their starting lineup here for today. It's going to look a little wonky if you've been either a fan for this team for a while or just even this season. It's going to be a little bit different than what you've remembered previously. Caden Johnson will be starting off in the leadoff position today, but he will be catching. Yes, that is right. He will be catching here in today's game with Jack Polk at his natural position in shortstop in the field, batting the 2-hole. Blaze Zeiler in center field in the 3-hole. Dean McIntyre at third base in the 4-hole with Easton Jones. He'll be batting designated hitter in today's game in the 5-hole. Landon Greeno, the everyday first baseman, back at his home in first base with Tyler Townsend in left field. Connor Stifler will move all the way to second base in today's game with Gabe Moreno batting in the 9-hole in right field. And the reason, again, the lineups are so mixed up today, one, Easton Geisler will be on the mound for the Nationals. Geisler, not only one of the pitchers in this deep rotation, but also he is the backup catcher for the Nationals. And since Dean McIntyre's out at third, and of course Geisler's on the mound, we do have to put Caden Johnson behind the plate. We've seen it a couple times last season where he was playing behind home plate. And also, Ty Handelborg not here today. He is on the road for some wrestling competition. So good luck to Ty Handelborg and his wrestling competition that he's currently going on. Can't wait to see him back, I believe, next Wednesday? Either next Wednesday or maybe even this weekend, if I remember correctly. I believe it's next Wednesday, but don't quote me on that one. But that'll do it here for our starting lineups, our Double Dip Ice Creamery starting lineups. You can find Double Dip Ice Creamery in the Store Canteen District in North Platte. They offer 24 plus different flavors of hand-dipped ice cream served in a variety of ways. Double Dips also offers homemade waffle cones and bowls alongside homemade fudge and freshly baked desserts. Hey, plus they also have available the ice cream trailer for all your outdoor activities. Beautiful day for the Nationals here, taking on a Lexington squad, which they look to get back. Well, the Nationals look to get back into their winning ways as they fell to Kearney on Wednesday. And, again, if you look at this Nationals squad and the 5 games they've played so far, and you look at this Lexington squad who has yet to play a game, it's pretty obvious that they probably should be picking up a victory just from the standpoint of Nationals are already in game shape compared to this Lexington squad, which is yet to go through the early season troubles that every team at least goes through in their first and second games. So interesting to see how Lexington overcomes that and how the Nationals bounce back after, head coach Ricky Holmes would describe as a pretty lackluster game against Kearney on Wednesday. A team they swept last season in the regular season and unfortunately just couldn't produce any offense in this season. Well, it's time for the national anthem. So with that, we're going to step aside and we're going to take a real quick break. When we come back, we will have our first pitch right here on FM at 98.1 AM 1410. As always, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
Free PC and Mac checkups at CT Computer Services in North Platte? That's right. Let CT Computer Services diagnose your systems to ensure your hardware integrity, security, and overall PC Mac health are running as they should. For a free PC Mac checkup, stop in at 905 South Willow in North Platte or call 308-534-3628. CT Computer Services, your IT guys since 2005. Are you in the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, or SUV? Look no further than Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln for your next vehicle. Look online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. Bill Summers is Western Nebraska's leasing headquarters, and they have aggressive financing to get you into the vehicle you've been dreaming of. Check out all the inventory at BillSummers.com anytime. Bill Summers Ford, Honda, Nissan, Lincoln, where families are our business. Highway 83 and Walker Road in North Platte, and online 24/7 at BillSummers.com. The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
Welcome back here to 1 Bill Wood Field as the FNBO Nationals are currently going to be taking on the tide of course, Lexington Post 133 today in a makeup game after yesterday's cancellation between the two. Get on the Mount Easton Geisler for the first time here this season. Of course, had shoulder surgery. Say that 10 times fast. Just a little bit ago. I say a little bit ago, but last season. So he'll be on kind of a pitch count here today. I believe Coach set up to 40 pitches for Geisler on the mound. He's still trying to work back into that today. And again, the roster mania and the lineup mania where you're seeing a lot of new faces in a lot of new areas. Of course, Gabe Moreno getting his first start here in right field today with McIntyre at third. And then Caden Johnson behind home plate. It's been a while since we've seen Joni behind home plate. Of course, he position that he has played occasionally last season when he was called upon to do so, and is called upon to do so here today against Lexington. First up to bat for this Lexington squad, Mitch McFadden will be leading off for Lexington post 111 as Drew Hansen will be on deck with Rigo Cerzero, in the hole for Lexington in today's game, as up comes Mitch McFadden for the first time here today, and the first time we'll be seeing Easton Geisler on the starting mound for this Nationals team. Saw him in some spot starts and some relief efforts for the Bulldogs just a month ago and a couple weeks after that when he took on the side of Grand Island in that unfortunate 22-0 beatdown that Grand Island put on this Bulldog squad. As that first pitch is swung on and fouled off by McFadden for strike number 1. As the next pitch coming in from Geisler is going to be in the dirt and will bounce away from Caden Johnson, and it's 1-1 the count now. There's currently no wind really being displayed by the flags out there, so a pretty quiet day, and 71 degrees, a perfect temperature for baseball as McFadden's ready to rock and roll, and Geisler will now throw in his 1-1 pitch. So I clear out some of our visuals, and now it's a 1-2 count into Mitch McFadden. Geisler looking to start the game off strong with a very, very good strikeout up in the count. Here comes the 1-2. Just barely foul tipped off there by McFadden, so we'll still stay at 1-2 the count now. Again, Nationals against Kearney didn't, I'd say defense and as well as their pitching really wasn't an issue as the 1-2 is swung on and slowly grounded to Dean McIntyre. Mitch McFadden with some speed will get on to first safely with an infield hit. McFadden using the speed he has to get on over to first with a leadoff single. That's the first hit of today's game. Now comes Drew Hansen up to the plate for the side of Lexington as they got a runner on here to start this ball game off. At first base, and McFadden is a steal threat with that speed, and that's going to be laid down for a bunt, but it'll drift foul. As that's to be expected with a runner on and nobody out, the small ball game will come out, so there's strike number 1 to Drew Hansen, with on deck being Rigo Cerzero, and then Jonah Bryan in the hole for this Lexington squad. So 0-1 the count now, 2-1 Drew Hansen. A pickoff attempt will get McFadden back, but he's safe. Not much contest as Dean McIntyre playing just to the lip of the infield grass. As the 0-1 comes in, that's tight inside, and Hansen had to bow back a little bit for ball number 1. 1-1 the count with 6 total pitches. Going to keep an eye on that pitch count as Easton Geisler, coming off of a shoulder surgery, is on a pitch limit today's game as that fastball is behind Drew Hansen for ball number 2. It's 2-1 the count now. Drew Hansen on the plate here. Hansen, the pitcher in today's game for Lexington. This is their first official game as their previous 3 had been rained out. Another pitch that's way upstairs from Easton Geisler. It's ball number 3. It's 3-1 the count now. Trying to find his footing for his first start this season as the 3-1. Oh, that one just barely escaping the zone for ball 4. And with that, 2 runners now get on for Lexington with nobody out. As here comes Rigo Cerzero, the right fielder in today's game. He has a really good situation already brewing for Lexington as They have nobody out and 2 runners on as Greeno now playing up to the grass. Swing and a miss from Cerzero for strike number 1. McFadden on over at second with Hansen at first. As Geisler likes his pitch selection, will take 2 glances at second and deliver. That one's just fouled off once again by Cerzero, so quick 2 strikes on the right fielder in today's game. Nobody out, 2 on. Following Cerzero, Jonah Bryan, and Grayson McFarland for Lexington. Geisler gets this sign that he likes from Caden Johnson and fires. Slowly grounded, but it's pulled foul for still an 0-2 count. This would be a pretty big out for the Nationals if they can get it here. 2 runners already on the base pads, 1 in scoring position with Mitch McFadden. A hit into the outfield would most certainly score McFadden with his speed. So here comes the 0-2 from Geisler. Popped up, that one going to drift into center field, but gloved quickly from a short Blaze Zeiler, who was really short in on the outfield. And with that, an easy out number 1. As down goes Cerzero for the first out of this inning. And now here comes Jonah Bryan, the center fielder in today's game for Lexington. Still there's 2 runners on. Now it's just 1 out for this Lexington post 111 squad. Geisler's first pitch in. It's just going to be foul tipped off. It looked like a check swing from Bryan that fortunately couldn't really get a fully attached on, and because of that, it's an 0-1 count. Geisler's 0-1. Another good fastball is swung on and missed as Bryan behind on that swing. It's now 0-2 the count. Into Jonah Bryan. This Geisler looking for his first strikeout. Gets set and fires. Off speed is swung on and missed, and down goes Bryan. It was in the dirt on an off speed, but Bryan goes down swinging, and there's out number 2 of this inning after 2 runners get on for Lexington to start off this game. The last 2 batters have accrued both outs, and now Lexington's down for their final out with Grayson McFarland up to bat, the catcher in today's game. Still an opportunity to score the first run of the game. That's going to get away from Caden Johnson, and just like that, both runners will advance 1 position on that passed-up ball. Now both runners are in scoring position for Lexington, with Hansen at second and McFarland now at first base. 1-0 the count now. Geisler, 17 pitches already thrown here in this first inning. 1-0 the count, 2 down. Geisler delivers. Swing and a miss. Much better pitch from Easton Geisler there. 1-1 the count now. Geisler's got some good velocity on his pitches so far tonight. Another one, but just below the knees. Ball number 2. Of course, with a guy like Easton Geisler, somebody who's been with the program for a couple of years now, but really hasn't seen much action. It's all about trying to get into a rhythm with your starts, as that one's chopped, drifting towards Gabe Moreno in right. He jumps for it. And he just can't haul it in, and they're going to call it foul ball. Moreno almost was able to glove it in the foul territory. Just falls a little bit, a couple inches short of it. Because of that, it's a 2-2 count with 2 down to Grayson McFarland. The potential end of the inning right here for Lexington. The 2 runners in scoring position. Here comes that 2-2. That's high upstairs for ball 3 on a fastball. 3-2 the count now. With 2 down. Geisler will finally get the sign he likes from Johnson, and that 3-2 pitch. That's once again upstairs with a fastball, and he's going to walk McFarland. So the bases are now loaded for the for Lexington as the Nationals defense, trying to work out of this inning. They currently have 2 down in this spot, top of the first, though bases loaded. Mitch McFadden at third, Drew Hansen at second. Then Grayson McFarland at first as that pitch is upstairs. Ball number 1 to Owen Bauer, who's the third baseman, seeing his first swings today. Geisler, 1-0 count, sets and fires. That's in there for strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. Two outs in this top of the first as Geisler delivers. That's in there. Strike number 2 just around the knees. It's a 1-2 count to Owen Bauer. As Geisler's trying to get the final out in his first strikeout. That one pulled down the first base side, foul. Good effort from the Lexington coach at first base to try and make that glove. And with that, it's still 1-2 count to Bauer. Due up next, Dominic Vialen. And then Henry Velasquez. 1-2. That's up above the letters there. Ball 2 to Bauer. Again, if Bauer gets walked here, that will score a run for Lexington with the bases loaded. And the 2-2. Another pitch that's upstairs. It's now 3-2 the count now to Owen Bauer. 2 straight balls have now pushed it full. Last time this happened, Geisler walked Grayson McFarland, who is at first. The 3-2 pitch. That was a beauty, and it's in there for strike number 3. Down goes Bauer looking, and that is how this inning will come to an end for the Lexington offense. They had the bases loaded, couldn't get anything done. They left 3 stranded. We'll now go to the bottom of the first inning right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
With Sandhill State Bank's new upgraded cart management experience, you can now control your carts anytime, anywhere. The new features and added control allow you to prevent fraud like never before. Get increased transaction details, turn your cart on and off whenever you'd like, and report your card lost in an instant, all from our mobile app. More insights, more control, and more security for your banking experience. Bank local and go far with digital banking solutions that go wherever you go. Visit sandhillstate.com to learn more. Sandhill State Bank, member FDIC.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter Life Insurance coverage options.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. Nationals at the moment leading. Well, let's say leading. They're leading in their spirit against Lexington right now as we are tied 0-0 in this bottom of the first inning. Our half inning breaks brought to you in part by Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group. We check out Kevin McGann of the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey Suite B, as well as our other sponsors here for today's game. Dave's Place Pizza and Wings. You'll find out more, 1510 East 4th Street. And I'll be making my way down to Dave's Place after this game as I like myself some wings before a action-packed Memorial weekend comes across for us. Caden Johnson will be the first batter that Drew Hansen will see today for Lexington's defense. It goes Caden Johnson, Jack Polk, then Blaze Zeiler. And if you were able to attend the Kearney game, you will know that the Nationals, unfortunately, really couldn't get anything done in terms of their steal threats on the base paths as Cole Throckmorton yet again was just able to hold the fort down. And here today, I expect a little bit of a better job and a little bit better of a game for this Nationals base running unit, as I expect them to really, really pound it when they get up onto the base pads as Hansen's first pitch into Johnson is down low in the dirt for ball number 1. Want to know the count to the now catcher in today's game, Caden Johnson, who's leading off for the first time this season. That next pitch is tight inside, but not in the zone. There's ball 2. It's 2-0 the count now. As Hansen will get the sign in from Grayson McFarland and deliver that one in the dirt for ball 3. So 3 balls right off the pitch for Drew Hansen. Ken Johnson already staring down the barrel of a walk to lead off the Nationals bottom half of the first inning. As Hansen likes the sign he gets from McFarland and winds up his 3-0. Oh, it's going to find its way in there. Just around the letters for strike number 1, 3-1 the count now. Very long windup Drew Hansen has, and at this rate, if somebody gets on to third base, I wouldn't doubt a third base steal as Johnson swings on one up in the zone for strike number 2. Now what was a 3-0 count has quickly transitioned into a full count. It's 3-2 with nobody out. Hansen likes what he sees, and here comes his 3-2. Popped up. That one slicing and cutting towards Corey Liebert on over. Actually, it's going to fall just in front of Rigo Cerzero. And with that, Johnson's going to make his way on over to third with a leadoff triple. Cerzero making his way as quick as he can in right field to that ball, and it just falls right in front of him, and that's a leadoff triple for Caden Johnson. First hit today for the Nationals, and already they got a runner in scoring position with Joni at third, and that brings up the shortstop for the Nationals, Jack Polk. Had a great start to this season against Ogallala, where he almost pitched the entire game. Would love to see what he can do with the bat here as he swings and misses for strike number 1. 0-1 the count now as Hansen's finally starting to get into a rhythm after throwing the first 3 pitches in the dirt. Gets his sign from McFarland and is 0-1 now on the way. It's down low as it's now ball number 1. Johnson really getting a long leadoff at third base. Almost feels like he's halfway home with how far he's jumping out. Hansen's now 1-1 pitch. Off speed, upstairs, ball number 2. And I think Coach Holm is really itching to potentially make a move home at some point in this game with Drew Hansen on the mound with how long he's pitching. 2-1 is fouled off by Jack Polk right to our press box. There's strike number 2. 2-2 now to the shortstop. On deck, Blaze Zeiler for the Nationals with Dean McIntyre in the hole. Nobody out, 1 runner on. Caden Johnson at third base. Hansen gets back onto the rubber, ready to rock and roll. Here comes his 2-2 pitch on the way. Off speed, off the mark, and it's upstairs. Ball 3, 3-2 the count now to Polk. He's now staring down the barrel of a walk in his first plate appearance here today. Hansen's 3-2, here it comes. That one's low and away, ball 4. With that, Jack Polk will stroll on over to first base, and we have runners at the corners now for the Nationals with Blaze Zeiler up to bat. Saw him try to apply the bunt a couple of times in game number 1, and then against Kearney, more free swinging. Was expect the same thing here against Lexington in terms of putting the swings down. As there is runners at the corner, there goes Jack Polk off the initial pitch, and he's already going to stroll his way to second with no contest. So he steals second, there's ball number 1, and now there's 2 runners on the base pads, both in scoring position. Polk at second, Johnson at third. The 1-0. Off speed's going to bounce off the back of Blaze Zeiler, and now the bases are loaded for the Nationals. As here comes the ever-scary power bat of Dean McIntyre. As now time is going to be called for Grayson McFarland to go have a talk with his pitcher and the infield. Trying to calm down his pitcher here. As the bases are loaded. Nobody out. Johnson at third, Polk at second, Zeiler at first, and if Dean McIntyre is able to launch one into the outfield, I wouldn't put it past the Nationals scoring all 3 runs with the speed that they currently have out on the field right now. Doesn't get much easier, though, for Drew Hansen as Easton Jones is on deck with Landon Greeno in the hole, so another very, very scary part of this lineup for the Nationals. The first pitch into McIntyre. Fastball's low. Ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. Hansen up to 15 pitches already. The 1-0 pitch from him. That one popped up, drifting to Cerzero in right field. It gets over his head. It's going almost all the way to the warning tracks. 1 run will score. Another run will score. Here comes Blaze Zeiler. They're waving him home. That's going to be a stand-up triple for Dean McIntyre. And as I said, all 3 runs come home. A 3-run RBI triple for one Dean McIntyre. And just like that, Nationals are up 3-0 here in this bottom of the first inning. It just out of the reach of Rigo Cerzero's glove in right field. And because of that, all 3 runs come home, and Dean McIntyre now sits at third base, just 90 feet away from coming home yet again. Hansen's pitch to Easton Jones, swung on, a little ground that's going to get on over to Mitch McFadden at short. The throw to first is over the head of the first baseman, Liburd, and with that, Jones is going to make his way on over to second. So an error going to be assessed the way of Lexington. First error here today, as Landon Greeno now comes up to bat. It's 4-0. As Easton Jones now sits at second base. That one skied up over the head of the second baseman, Velasquez. And with that, here comes Easton Jones home. Another run and another hit for the Nationals. It's 5-0 to lead off this ball game. 1 pitch, 1 swing from Greeno, and just like that, 5 runs have come across on 3 hits for the Nationals. And now Tyler Townsend will be seeing some action in the lineup today, playing left field, has Greeno already at first base. As Hansen gets set and will now step off and force Greeno back. Again, Lexington has a rather small lineup already here today, so don't know how much pitching rotation we'll be seeing from them. Again, in their first official game, Landon Greeno is taken off to steal. He slides into second, and he gets there safely. Landon Greeno, again, his first steal of the season. The big man rumbling his way on down. And now there's a runner in scoring position for the Nationals. I was going to say, I don't know how many steals we've seen of Landon Greeno, but today he put the wheels on and he got to second. And now in scoring position with nobody out in a now 1-1 count into Tyler Townsend. But the Nationals have gotten off to a hot start already in this game, taking care of the business we thought they should be taking care of here in today's game. As that one is squared up, but still staying, and now will officially drift foul down the third base side as Townsend will have to walk his way back to second. 1-2 now. The count. Some solid contact from Townsend in the outfield. Well, again, we'll certainly drive Landon Greeno home. Outfield playing very, very far back here. Situationally, is that pitch going to bounce off the shoulder of Tyler Townsend? And just like that, another runner's going to get on for the Nationals. And here comes Connor Stifler. Keeps moving around the base pads in a counterclockwise way. He started off at third base and now moves on over to short against started at short for the game against Ogallala, then moved to third base with Easton Jones starting, and then moved his way now to second base with Ty Hanneborg. Not currently here today, as again, he's off at a wrestling competition. Wouldn't put it past it that Stifler looks to apply the bunt check swing. Oh, they're going to say he went around. Mighty close will say he goes around for strike number 1. Greeno at second, Townsend at first for the Nationals. They lead 5-0 here in this bottom of the first inning. Hansen's long glance is second. Next pitch, grounded on over to the third baseman. He's trying to fly the tag. He's in trouble, and Connor Stifler's going to get on with a single. Uh-oh, third baseman Owen Bauer thought he was closer to the bag, looking to apply a tag to get the force out, but in doing so allowed Stifler to get on with an infield single. And just like that, the bases are loaded once again for Gabe Moreno. Stepping up to the bat in the batter's box here today. He has the bases loaded, looking for his first RBI of the season. That pitch is tight inside. Ball number 1. Want to know the count now to Moreno, the senior here this season, getting his first American Legion appearances. As Hansen now winds up with his 1-0. That one's low. Ball number 2 to Gabe Moreno. Two 2-0 now as Hansen, long windup, delivers. That one just a bit outside once again. There's 3 balls into the senior Moreno, and now on the verge of a walk and another run coming across for this Nationals team. Hansen now delivers. That one is in there for strike number 1. 3-1 the count now. Again, like the approach that the Nationals have been doing, make Hansen make the mistakes himself and swing on pitches you were confident in. 3-1. That one lined into right field for a base hit. That'll score 1 run, 2 runs, maybe even 3. They're going to bring Stifler. Actually, they'll hold him up at third base. So that is a 2-run RBI double from Gabe Moreno into right field. And just like that, this lead is ever growing. And it's now 7-0. 7 runs on 5 hits. No errors for the Nationals. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error for Lexington. And we're still in the bottom of the first inning with Caden Johnson up to bat. There is nobody out. This bottom of the first. First pitch from Hansen just outside for ball number 1. 1-0, nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position. Moreno at third, Stifler at first. That one skied and launched into left field. It's going back. Underneath it gets Valen. Oh, it gets out of his reach. So 1 run will score as Moreno's going to turn on it. Here he comes home, and another run will score. That is the now 6th hit today for the Nationals. It's now 9-0. As Joni is on cycle watch. He has a triple to lead off this game, which has been in this inning, and now a double. And with that, it's 9-0. Favor of the FNBO Nationals here in this bottom of the first inning. Nobody out. That first pitch up to Jack Polk's ball number 1. 1-0 the count now. He walked in his first plate appearance against Drew Hansen earlier this inning. Next pitch. It's in there. Strike number 1. 1-1 the count now. As there goes Caden Johnson blitzing his way on over to third. Will he go? He's thinking about, he's going to be caught in some trouble to throw home. Oh, it's not going to be caught there by McFarland. So what could have been a dicey situation for the Nationals base running turns into an okay play. As Caden Johnson will get on over home for another run to come across. The score is now 10-0. Here in this bottom of the first inning, and there's nobody out. As the 1-1 comes in from Hansen is outside there. Ball number 2, the Banana Boat crew up here making me laugh. 2-1, nobody out. 6 hits have come across from the Nationals in this bottom of the first inning. They lead 10-0 as Hansen's 2-1. Fouled off by Jack Polk for strike number 2. 2-2 the count now with Nobody out, nobody on. Nobody warming up for Lexington in the bullpen, so we'll still stick it with Drew Hansen. Again, one of the downsides for a Lexington team that has a much smaller roster this season. Don't really have many arms to go to in this situation as that one's in the dirt. Ball number 3, 3-2 the count now. Hansen up to 36 pitches. This bottom of the first inning, it's 10-0. Here comes a 3-2 pitch to Polk. And it's above the letters for ball 4, and Jack Polk will waltz his way on over to first. And here comes Blaze Zeiler. He was hit by a pitch in this game, and out here comes Lexington head coach to have a talk with Drew Hansen as he has struggled here in this first inning of work, giving up 10 runs on 6 hits, and that looks like it might do it for Hansen. He's already walking his way towards the dugout before coach even got to the mound. Be interesting to see if they will throw somebody out cold, because nobody's been warming up in the bullpen for Lexington in this game. Somebody is starting to walk their way over. It's Hayden Montez in the dugout right now. I think going to have a switch out at right field as Rigo Cerzero is now going to waltz his way as now out to right field goes Hayden Montez. So Rigo Cerzero will now slowly make his way back to the dugout and maybe start warming up pitching in the bullpen for Lexington as they currently trail 10-0 here in this bottom of the first inning. This is Lexington's first game this season. Again, all 3 of their previous games have been rained out. So, yep, there goes Cerzero to the bullpen now to warm up. As back to the action we go, Jack Polk's at first base with Blaze Zeiler up to bat for the Nationals. Hansen, though, is going to step off and take a breather and refocus in. Polk, most certainly a steal threat, might go on this first pitch. There he goes. It's down in the dirt, and poor McFarland couldn't get the ball in his hand quick enough as it was in the dirt. And Polk's going to successfully steal second base, correction. And just like that, it's now a runner in scoring position for the Nationals and a 1-0 count to Zeiler. That fastball low. There goes Polk again. Oh, it's going to get past the third baseman, Owen Bauer. And here home comes Jack Polk. He successfully steals third base, and he's going to make his way home on the passed up ball. It's now 11-0 here in this ball game. Another error for Lexington. 11 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Nationals here in their bottom of the first inning. As Hansen steps and fires. Swing and a miss from Zeiler for strike number 1. It's 2-1 the count now. Two and one with still nobody out in this bottom of the first inning. Just foul tip off by Blaze, a little bit ahead of that one, and it's 2-2 the count now. As Lexington looking for their first out in today's ball game. Already trailing 11-0. So the run rule's 15 after 3, and then slowly incrementally goes down after each inning. 2-2 now. Hansen delivers. Blaze probably didn't need to swing on that one as it was outside the zone, but he fouls it off. 2-2 still the count. Again, if you remember, Blaze Zeiler, the hero for the Nationals in districts against Grand Island when they went through that massive extra innings game, hit a walk-off, game-winning home run to push the Nationals to the next round. The 2-2. Grounded on over to Owen Bauer, bounces off of his foot, and with that over to first goes Zeiler. He's rounding the bases. That speed, the throw to second, not in time. He's going to try to push it to 3. Uh-oh, Zeiler's now caught in the pickle. He throws to second. Uh-oh, still not going to be getting it over, and just like that, Blaze Zeiler So, going to make it on over to third base with 2 errors on the play. So, with that, Zeiler's now in scoring position for Dean McIntyre, who tripled in his first plate appearance today for the side of the Nationals. Hansen's first pitch in, way upstairs, ball number 1. And I'm thinking Coach is going to send Blaze Zeiler home here on this potential at-bat. Zeiler's getting a lot of leeway on his runoff, as that's high for ball number 2. 2-0 the count now to Zeiler. Still nobody out. Zeiler at third. McIntyre up to bat. 11-0 lead for North Platte and the Nationals. The pitch. Check swing, but it still pushes wide. 3-0 the count now. So McIntyre already facing a walk here at this at-bat. Hansen likes what he sees from McFarland and delivers his 3-0 pitch. It's in the dirt, ball 4, and with that, McIntyre's going to make his way on over to first. And now here comes Easton Jones. Errored in his first plate appearance for the Nationals. Reached on base with that error, and now has runners at the corners. McIntyre at first, Zeiler at third. Hey, we're still in the bottom of the first inning with nobody out. It's 11-0 the score right now. That one rocketed. It's going to take a nasty bounce over Mitch McFadden at short into the outfield. And that's going to be a double for Easton Jones. Unlucky for McFadden as he was lined up perfectly to retrieve it. But it takes a bounce off the ground over his head and into center field for another run to come across. And just like that, another run comes across. It's 12-0 in the now 7th hit today for the Nationals as Landon Greeno checking in the bat. He singled into right field in his first plate appearance. Got his first steal of the season on that previous at-bat as Rigo Cerzero is now making his way to the dugout. All finished warming up for Lexington. It's 12-0. 2 runners on for the Nationals. McIntyre at third, Jones at second. That pitch in there, strike number 2 to Greeno. Hansen getting a good bounce back at bat here. 0-2 the count to the first baseman, Greeno, as Hansen delivers. Ooh, that's just going to barely sneak in on the outside part of the zone for out number 1. As now here comes Tyler Townsend. He was hit by a pitch in his previous plate appearance. Now with 1 out here in this bottom of the first inning, the score still stands at 12-0. Hansen delivers. It's upstairs. Ball number 1 to Townsend, the left fielder in today's game. $12 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Nationals. No runs on 1 hit, 5 errors for Lexington. In there, strike number 1 to Townsend. 1-1 the count now with 1 out. Still 2 runners on at second and third base. As Hansen delivers. Outside. Ball number 2. 2-1 the count. 2 up for the Nationals, Connor Stifler, then Gabe Moreno. As here comes the 2-1. Off speed. Tight inside, almost hitting Townsend for ball number 3. It's 3-1 the count now. As Hansen likes to see from McFarland and delivers. It's low in the dirt. There's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded for the Nationals offense yet again. And here comes Connor Stifler. He singled into left field, singled just in front of the glove of Owen Bauer at third base. And now is a chance to bring a couple more runs across and extend this lead. It's already 12-0 for the Nationals. That one's in there. Strike number 1 to Stifler. 0-1 the count now. pitch. It's in the dirt. Does slip away a little bit from McFarland, but not far enough to advance the runners. 1-1 the count now. Still one out here in this bottom of the first inning. 12-0 lead for the Nationals. Hansen likes the sign. He gets into his windup and now delivers. Just outside, ball 2 to Stifler. 2-1 the count now. Gabe Moreno on deck for the Nationals with Ken Johnson in the hole. The 2-1 pitch. That one drilled into center, and it's going to fall for a base hit. 1 run scores, another run scores, and there is going to be a stand-up double for Connor Stifler. Just like that, 2 more runs come across. It's now 14-0 in favor of the Nationals for Gabe Moreno to check in. He doubled to right field in his first plate appearance against Drew Hansen. Now looking to see what he can do on his second attempt. In there, strike number 1 on a fastball from Hansen. Still one out here in this bottom of the first inning. 0-1 the count now. Hansen. Oh, they're going to go home. Tyler Townsend with a beautiful steal home. I mean, the ball wasn't even to home plate when for Tyler Townsend. Already was sliding. A beautiful double steal results in yet again another run coming across for the Nationals. Unbelievable. I knew it was going to happen at some point as Hansen has such a long windup. But that was a beautiful jump from Tyler Townsend, making it home before the ball even reached home plate. And that one's going to be, though, fouled off by Moreno. It's 2-2 the count. 0-2 the count now to the right fielder. 15-0 the lead for the Nationals in this ball game. Hansen likes his sign from McFarland and delivers the 1-2. High upstairs. Ball number 2. It's 2-2 the count now to Gabe Moreno. Connor Stifler at third base now following the double steal. And the pitch. Upstairs, 3-2 now the count to Moreno. So he's staring down the barrel of a potential walk as Drew Hansen steps and delivers. That one into left field for another base hit. A beautiful swing from Moreno. He's rounding the bases, looking to go for 2. He slides and just makes it in time. Another RBI double for Gabe Moreno. That's his second double today. And just like that, it's 16-0. And we're going to have a new pitcher, it looks like, as Rigo Cerzero will be making his way onto the mound for Lexington, and Drew Hansen will be making his way on over to right field from my estimations. So Cerzero will now be taking over, starting in right field in today's game, and now will be on the mound here for Lexington. As things get working up, and maybe might have even more position changes as McFarland changing out of his catching gear. So a lot of changes being made by this Lexington team. So Cerzero will come in and be the pitcher now, but will have a catching change as well on the docket for this Lexington squad. Now we just need to see where all the shenanigans will go for these positionings. And I think taking over for Lexington, I think it's Matthew Zarate who will now be taken over. If I had a guesstimation of the number. So Now we have a new pitcher on the mound for Lexington, Rigo Cerzero, and it's a 16-0 lead for the Nationals, still in this bottom of the first inning with one out. As we'll get things going underway. We'll step aside, though, and to really take a real quick break as they are about to hopefully get the new pitcher warming up. We come back here to Bill Wood Field, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and, of course, video live streaming on NorthPlattePost.com.
North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
Whether you're a weekend warrior, youth, or professional athlete, the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team has you covered. The team includes orthopedic surgeons, athletic trainers, and other healthcare specialists who spend their time at local high school and college sporting events, ensuring that athletes stay as injury-free as possible. In the event of an injury, the team remains committed to returning athletes to competition as quickly and safely as possible.
Contact the Great Plains Health Sports Medicine Team by calling 308-568-7456.
Exciting news! North Platte and surrounding communities, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment has a new address. Find them at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right beside Great Plains Urgent Care. Their professional staff is fully qualified to help you meet your needs. From wheelchairs to mobility scooters, lift chairs, and more, they have everything to make your home safe and comfortable. They've got you covered. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510. Let them help you regain your independence.
Welcome back here to Bill Wood Field. Rigo Cerzero is now officially on the mound for the side of Lexington, as we do have some charades going on here in today's game for positions now, as I believe behind home plate is going to be Matthew Zarate for this Lexington squad. On over in right field is Grayson McFarland, with now on over at shortstop. It's going to be Drew Hansen, the pitcher. Actually, excuse me, Drew Hansen's now on over at third base. And then that's still going to leave Mitch McFadden at short as the first pitch into, now up Caden Johnson is ball number one. It's high once again, ball two. Johnson's on cycle watch. He has a triple to go along with a single in his last plate appearance. And now it's going to bounce off his back for now a walk as he was hit by a pitch. And up to bat now comes Jack Polk. 2 straight walks in his 2 appearances so far today. Now on his third, looking to go perfect. 3 for 3 on walks. Gray Moreno is at second. Caden Johnson at first. No, 1 out here in this bottom of the first inning. In there, strike number 1 from Cerzero. As an 0-1 delivered. High. Now a steal attempt from Moreno. He slides in. And then with that, subsequently, Caden Johnson will steal on to second base. And now 2 more runners get on. And we'll have a courtesy runner for the Nationals for Caden Johnson. It's going to be Jackson Peters, who will be taken over for Caden Johnson at second. It's a 1-1 count now to Jack Polk. The pitch swung on and fouled down the third base side for strike number 2. It's 1-2 the count now. 16-0 the lead for the Nationals here in this bottom of the first inning. As Cerzero delivers. Off speed in there. Strike number 3. Down goes Jack Polk looking for out number 2 of this inning. And now up to bat comes Blaze Zeiler for the Nationals. He was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance, then reached all the way to third on an error, a comedy of errors that all happen in one at-bat. That one's popped up. Onwards comes McFadden, and he gets there, and he gloves it for officially the last out of this inning. We're going to the top of the second inning. The Nationals lead 16-0. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and video live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
We'll go back here to Bill Wood Field. It's now the top of the second inning in today's game. That first inning went a total of 55 minutes, and we're now on to inning number 2. It's 16-0 in favor of the FNBO Nationals, with still on the mound going to be Easton Geisler, though we do have some position changes in today's game. We have Cade Freeze on over at first base, as well as Logan Hayes at third. And that is the end of the rotations for the defense in this game. And now up to bat comes Dominic Villain, excuse me. Villain. Yeah, there you go. Got to get that extra L in there. Again, facing off against Easton Geisler. He's up to 29 pitches, so he is approaching that potential 40-pitch mark that we talked about, potentially being put into place for his shoulder, as that first pitch is down low, ball number 1. And now the conversation becomes, has Easton Geisler gotten cold? I'd assume he was warming up in the bullpen, as there's a big swing and a miss from Villain for strike number 1, but for how long he was sitting in that dugout and still warming up, trying to keep loose. The 1-1 from Geisler, beautiful pitch in there, strike 2. Already off to a hot start this inning, looking very, very much more in control so far through these 3 pitches. The pitch! Swing! And a miss. Down goes Dominic Villain for out number 1. And the first official strikeout today for Easton Geisler. You love to see it again. After getting shoulder surgery months ago and being on a pitch count, coming back here and putting together his first strikeout's got to feel really good as Henry Velasquez now comes up. I say that. Next pitch, he bounces it off the dirt for ball number 1. That Castor curse sure is real. As it's 1-0 the count now from Easton Geisler to Henry Velasquez. As the 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Following Velasquez, it's Croy Liebert and then Mitch McFadden. So it's 8, 9, and the top of the order due up next. That next off speed in the dirt, ball number 2 from Easton Geisler. 2-1 with 1 out. Next pitch, 2-1. Once more in the dirt. Ball 3 after a good start to this inning. A couple of pitches in the dirt from Easton Geisler. Next pitch is Bigley swung on and missed. It's 3-2 the count now. 3-2, 1 out. Velasquez looking to get on board with a walk. The pitch from Geisler. Swing and a miss, and there's strike number 3. Second straight strikeout for Easton Geisler, and now at the bat comes Croy Liebert. as it's, correction, Matthew Zarate now up to bat. Pinch hitting in for Liebert. Geisler's first pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base side for strike number 1. That one popped up and drifting towards my Toyota. Don't hear a crash, so I guess it didn't fall on it. So still good on that one. So it's strike number 2 as next pitch. That's going to pull Johnson up from his catching position, and it's now 1-2 the count now. Pitch. Ooh, off speed. Just off the mark, barely. 2-2 the count now. And the 2-2. Once again, it's upstairs. It's now 3-2 the countdown. That one popped up. Drifting on over to right field. Gabe Moreno's got to run to it as it gets right past him. And with that, was looking to move to second Zarate, but he'll still stay at first. So there's the second hit today for this Lexington squad as Matthew Zarate now gets to first. And here comes Mitch McFadden. He singled on an infield hit that just barely didn't get to. Then at the time, Dean McIntyre, who was at third base. Now it's Logan Hayes, so at 2 down, runner at first being Zarate. Here comes McFadden for Lexington. Next pitch from Geisler. Swung on, but foul down the third base side for strike number 1. As 0-1 the countdown with 2 down here in this top of the second inning. Pitch. Ooh, that's going to get just a bit above McFadden's head. Ball number 1 from Geisler. 1-1 the count with 2 down here. Geisler steps and delivers. Another pitch way upstairs. Ball 2. And you know, this is one of these things you'd expect from somebody who hasn't pitched a lot, not just in this early season for the Nationals, but also for the Bulldogs. I believe we only got really one good outing against that Grand Island team as that one's popped up. Drifting on over, getting under it, Tyler Townsend. He waves him off. He gets there and he gloves it for out number 3. Almost dropped it, but we're going to make our way with that third out now to the bottom of the second inning. Nationals leading 16-0. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Are you ready to embark on an exciting new career? Larry's Glass has been a trusted name in custom glass design for over 40 years, and they are seeking a skilled glazier to join their team. If you have a passion for precision and craftsmanship, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Install glass in commercial, residential, and auto settings. Get paid while you train for a new career. Stop into Larry's Glass at 211 West 5th Street, North Platte, and discuss how you can be part of their team and build a fulfilling career.
Exciting news! North Platte and surrounding communities, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment has a new address. Find them at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right beside Great Plains Urgent Care. Their professional staff is fully qualified to help you meet your needs. From wheelchairs to mobility scooters, lift chairs, and more, they have everything to make your home safe and comfortable. They've got you covered. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510. Let them help you regain your independence.
Welcome back here to Billwood Field. We are now in the bottom of the second inning, and I think there's maybe some more position changes for Lexington about here. Potentially, no, they'll still stick, I think, with the same lineup that they had. As the Nationals now lead 16-0 in this bottom of the second inning. Our half-inning breaks is always brought to you in part by Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group. Check out Kevin McGann and the Fortify Group at his location, 621 South Dewey, Suite B. So there's other sponsors here for today's game. Sand Hills State Bank, most committed brand and banking locations in North Platte, Ogallala, Grant, and many more. Head to sandhillstate.com for a full list of services and locations. So here we go with today's second inning. Nationals leading 16-0. There is some hitting changes now coming about. It was supposed to be Dean McIntyre who was up to bat for the Nationals, but he's going to be replaced today by Logan Hayes, who took over at third base last inning. Now going to be playing here again at third base, but now going to be hitting. Rigo Cerzero is still on the mound for Lexington after taking over the last half inning for Drew Hansen as he looks to make his way through this inning without giving up any runs. 16 runs on 9 hits, no errors for the Nationals. No runs, 2 hits, 5 errors for the side of Lexington post 111. Nationals will be playing tomorrow against Cheyenne as they make their way into town. A very scary squad that the Nationals have seen for the past 2 seasons and are looking to finally take a game off Cheyenne after being unsuccessful in the last 2 seasons. We always know Cheyenne produces some really strong baseball talents, a good chunk of them going to Division I. So Cerzero now finished with his warm-ups, and here comes Logan Hayes. Hey, he had a fantastic performance in his lone start this season for the Nationals against Ogallala, where he started off with his first career hit for the Nationals with a single and then doubled to the fence in his next plate appearance. Let's see what we can do here against Rigo Cerzero as that first pitch in from Cerzero is there for strike number 1 to Hayes. Easton Jones is still on deck with, I believe, now Cade Freeze taking over for Landon Greeno at first and off speed. Sneaks into Logan Hayes for strike 2. 0-2 the count now to the freshman. Well, now officially a sophomore as the season, or excuse me, for the school year is officially ended. The 0-2. Slowing away there. Ball number 1 from Rigo Cerzero. 1-2, nobody out. It's a 16-0 lead for the Nationals. The pitch. Swung on over to Hansen at third. There goes Hayes using that speed. He will get to first in time as the first baseman, Liebert, couldn't hold on to it. Another mistake for this Lexington squad is Logan Hayes will collect his first hit here today. 16th hit, excuse me, the 10th hit for the Nationals. As here comes Easton Jones up to bat. He doubled in his last plate appearance for the Nationals. Hayes on over at first. He swings and fouls it off for strike number 1. Oh, 1 the count now. Next pitch from Cerzero as he stepped off for a second to refocus in. Now will glance and deliver. Just barely outside the zone for ball number 1. 1-1 the count now to Easton Jones. Logan Hayes still at first for the Nationals. The 1-1. Drilled into left field and falls in for a base hit, gets past Vialen, and with that, they're going to bring Logan Hayes home. Jones might be going for 3. He rounds second, but he'll hold up another double for Easton Jones, his second today. And the lead now extends 17-0 as up to bat comes Cade Freeze for this Nationals squad. Freeze getting his first real big appearances in today's game as he now takes over for Landon Greeno at first. Drills that one into left field. First hit, first pitch swinging. They're going to bring Jones home. They will not. With that, Cade Freeze gets on with the single. And now runners are at the corners for the Nationals as up to bat comes Tyler Townsend. He walked in his first plate appearance, then was hit by a pitch. As well as Coach Ricky Holm was picking up the baseball as that was Cade Freeze's first hit in his Legion career. As Cerzero now fires it in, and it's there for strike number 1 to Tyler Townsend, the left fielder. Due up next, Connor Stifler for the Nationals with Gabe Moreno on deck. It's 17-0 favor of FNBO. 0-1's going to sneak past the catcher there as here comes Easton Jones. He's going to walk it on home, and now they're going to run Cade Freeze on over to third as the ball still couldn't be found by Zarate, and with that, on that passed up ball, another run comes home for the Nationals. Now 18-0 in favor of this FNBO squad, trending towards their largest margin of victory in club history at the moment. That one swung on by Townsend, on over to Velasquez. It gets right past him. And with that, another run comes home for the Nationals, as Connor Stifler now comes up to bat, following another hit by this Nationals squad. 13th here today. Stifler also on cycle watch. He's singled and doubled in his first 2 plate appearances. That pitch from Cerzero is outside for ball number 1. Gabe Moreno on deck with catcher Caden Johnson in the hole for the Nationals. As here comes a pitch from Cerzero. It's outside, ball number 2. Still nobody out in this bottom of the second inning. 2-0 the count now. Runner at first being Tyler Townsend, as Cerzero fires. That one just barely outside for ball 3. 3-0 the count now. A flip. It was basically a coin flip on the outside part of the zone. 3-0. The pitch from Cerzero. In there. Strike number 1 around the knees. 3-1 the count now to Stifler. $19-0 now the lead for the Nationals as the pitch. Squared up, going on over to McFadden. On to second. The throw to first will not be in time, so Connor Stifler will reach on a fielder's choice. And there's the first out of today's game. Of this second inning, and with that now up to bat comes Gabe Moreno. He doubled in his 2 plate appearances today. Looking to go 2 for 2 in the doubles department as he'll find a fastball in for strike number 1 from Rigo Cerzero. Stifler on over at first for the Nationals. 0-1 the count now as Cerzero fires. Just outside on another fastball. 1-1 the count now. Cerzero started in right field today, now transitions to pitcher. He's up to 26 pitches, 15 strikes, and 11 balls in this bottom of the second inning. Swung on and fouled as it drifts towards the parking lot for strike number 2. Cedar Room sounds pretty nice right now, I'm not going to lie. Making me hungry right here at those announcements. 1-2 the count to Gabe Moreno. I believe they called a balk on Cerzero. So I believe before it was a balk. So now time's going to be called as the infield went to go talk with the infield umpire as he called a balk on Cerzero. So a balk and then a hit by a pitch in the same at-bat. So Moreno moves any which way over to first, and Stifler now at second base as here comes Caden Johnson. Tripled, singled, and was hit by a pitch. In his first plate appearances, Johnson looked to be going to the moon with that swing. He hit a home run this year for North Platte High School in their inaugural season. He was the first batter to ever hit a home run for the Bulldogs. That next pitch is in the dirt. Ball number 1, 1-1 the count now to the catcher today. He's still on cycle watch, needs a double, and then that home run to cap it off. Don't know if he'll reach that today. As next pitch, just outside. Ball number 2, 2-1 the count now. 2 runners on, Moreno at first, Stifler at second for the Nationals. Johnson batting a clean 1,000 here today. 2-1. Upstairs, ball 3 from Rigo Cerzero. Still no action in the bullpen for Lexington. This bottom of the second inning, 19-0, the lead. Here comes Cerzero's 3-1. And it's down low, ball 4, and with that, the bases are now loaded for Jack Polk. He's 0 for 1 today. 2 walks in his first 2 plate appearances, but did strike out looking in his last plate appearance for the Nationals, as he looks to drive home a couple more runs with the bases loaded. Next pitch from Cerzero, tight inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count now. On deck for the Nationals, Blaze Zeiler with, should be then Logan Hayes on deck, who led off this game. Oh, not this game, but this inning for the Nationals. That next pitch is down low, ball 2. 19-0. 2-0 the count. 1 out. The pitch. Oh, boy, just barely outside again. There's ball 3. Man, we are just teetering on the edge of the zone. Unlucky for Cerzero, as he now sets and delivers. That one's in there for a strike. Good bounce back pitch from him. 3-1 the count now. Still, though, the bases are loaded. Next pitch is down low in the dirt, ball 4, so a run comes across, and another walk for the Nationals. As now here comes Blaze Zeiler. He's had an eventful day today. Hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance. Reached on an error in his second, but did fly out to Mitch McFadden in his third. As that next pitch from Cerzero is in there, strike number 1. It's 0-1 the count now. 20-0 is the score for the Nationals here, almost like a football game with that scorecard. And his first pitch from Cerzero is swung on by Zeiler. Over to Hansen. Oh, it gets past both Hansen, then bounces out of the glove of Mitch McFadden. So an RBI single yet again from this Nationals squad, as that is now the 21st run and the 14th hit today for this Nationals squad. You know, we talked about how the offense wasn't producing for the Nationals against Kearney, and they're taking all their frustrations out on this Lexington squad. Up 21-0 here in this bottom of the second inning. As Logan Hayes crushes one into center field, it'll fall just in front of Jonah Bryan, and just like that, another run comes home, an RBI single from Hayes. Remember, Hayes started off this inning getting on base, and now up again comes Easton Jones. That's the 22nd run and the now 15th hit, and now we're going to have a talk in the infield from this Lexington squad. And I believe we might have some action in the potential bullpen for Lexington. I think somebody warming up, or is somebody walking to warm up? Potentially. I'm being called out for just seeing things. I do need new glasses. That is for certain. That is for certain. I do need new glasses. So, I am really blind. I hate to say it. 22-0 as Easton Jones now wanders up to the plate, as that pitch from Cerzero is there for strike number 1 to Jones. Base is still loaded. 22-0 now in favor of the Nationals. Cerzero, deep breath, winds up and fires. Popped up, but it'll hit the foul line, and strike number 2 now to the designated hitter in today's game, Easton Jones. 0-2 the count with now 1 out, and the base is still loaded. Cerzero delivers. Ooh, that's low. Good glove, though, from Zarate to make sure it doesn't get past him, as that was in the dirt. For ball number 1, it's 1-2 the count now with 1 out. 1-2, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down goes Easton Jones on a slider that was way outside. The dugout having a good little chuckle with that one, as Jones went swinging for the fences on a pitch that was way outside, and there's Out number 2 for the Nationals is here comes Cade Freeze, singled into left field in his first plate appearance. Swings and fouls it off as Coach Holm has a little smile and giggle at Jones. He makes his way back to the dugout. 0-1 the count now, 2-1 Cade Freeze, who is now at first base for Landon Greeno. Now the 0-1 from Cerzero. Another one swung on and fouled off by Freeze for strike number 2. It's 0-2 the count now from Rigo Cerzero to Cade Freeze. Deep breath, the pitch. Tight inside, almost hitting Freeze for ball number 1. 1-2 the count now. 1-2 with 2 down. Bases still loaded for the Nationals, leading 22-0. The pitch. It's blown away, almost in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2 the count as Freeze is working his way back into a favorable pitch count. 2-2. Freeze gets the delivery, and he swings, and he misses. And that is how this inning will come to an end for the Nationals. A couple runs did come across, 6 to be exact, and they now lead 22-0 as we make our way to the top of the 3rd inning. We come back here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, and as always, video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Great Plains Health Orthopedics in North Platte is ready to serve you with board-certified orthopedic surgeons and a team of medical professionals who specialize in hip, knee, and shoulder joint replacements and revisions, minor to complex hand injuries, sports medicine for both the serious athlete and the weekend warrior, new and innovative operative and non-operative procedures, and work-related injuries. Same-week appointments are available. Call Great Plains Health Orthopedics today.
Your health is our mission. Great Plains Health.
Family first. My dad used to tell us that all the time. But family first wasn't just something he'd say to us. It was how he lived every day of his life. And it's how I try to live mine too.
At Shelter Insurance, our agents are dedicated to helping provide personalized auto, home, and life protection that puts your family first.
See me, Pete Foltz, at 501 South Jeffers for a free insurance review.
Welcome back here to Millwood Field. We have a new pitcher on the mound for the Nationals. Blaze Zeiler will be taking over on the mound for the Nationals as Easton Geisler gets done with today's game. Only giving up 2 hits on the mound, I think is a very, very, very good metric for him. Again, after coming off of a shoulder surgery, can't say that 10 times fast, he had a solid performance. Of course, there were some ups and downs. His control was, again, a little all over the place. But for a guy, as you know, who hasn't really seen many action with the Bulldogs pitching staff, and then here again this season, the fact that he was able to get some good pitches in, under 40 today, but get some good pitches in, I think is just only going to help and improve his play throughout the season when he is called upon, because with Cheyenne coming up, this weekend, Nationals will have to go through some arms, or at least start to get into a more deep run of their arms. As up to bat comes Drew Hansen for Lexington. He walked in his first plate appearance versus Easton Geisler, and now will, for his second time, be seeing Blaze Zeiler his top of the 3rd inning as that pitch was in the dirt for ball number 1. 1-0 the count now with nobody out. 1-0 pitch, here it comes. It's in the dirt, ball 2. The count from Zeiler into Drew Hansen, the first appearance for Blaze Zeiler this season. Of course, normally see him in the outfield. Center field today. That's down low. Ball 3. It's 3-0 the count now to Drew Hansen. Following Hansen, Rigo Cerzero, then Jonah Bryan for Lexington Post 111. The 3-0 pitch, here it comes. That's a good bounce back from Zeiler in there. Strike number 1. 3-1 the count. Nobody out. Nobody on. So here comes that pitch. Squared up and foul down the first base side for strike number 2. It's 3-2 the count now. So the Nationals want to get out of this game right here with a 3-up, 3-down to get ready for tomorrow's game against Cheyenne. Here comes the 3-2 pitch from Blaze Zeiler. Oh, he's going to slip and fall, Zeiler does. Picked up, though, by Polk. The throw to first is still in time, just barely, though. Good play from this Nationals defense, helping Blaze Zeiler, who slipped on the mound, trying to go for the ground out. And now he throws on over to first. There's one out here in this top of the third inning. Is now up to bat Rigo Cerzero as the pitch in. Fastball is outside. Ball number 1, 1-0 the count now. 1-0 with one out. 22-0 the lead for the Nationals as Zeiler delivers. Swing and a miss from Rigo Cerzero. 1-1 with one out now. Cerzero started in right field, now transition onto the mound for Lexington today. The 1-1 pitch, fastball, swung on, and it's going to get into left field for a base hit. And there's now the third hit today for this Lexington squad. As Cerzero singles into left, and now up to bat, Jonah Bryan. So now out comes the Lexington third base head coach now, and of course third base coach. As Jonah Bryan struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. Still 22-0 as runner at first, Rigo Cerzero. Zeiler's pitch, fastball's at the knees and in. Strike number 1. 0-1 the count now. Zeiler will get the sign in from Caden Johnson. A quick glance at first. And now will deliver that fastball. Swung on, going to get over to Jack Polk for probably an easy 2. The flip from Stifler to first. Hits into, oh, we're going to say he's safe at first. Just barely. Jonah Bryan gets on with the fielder's choice. Almost got him, and now with that, there's 2 down in this inning. 22-0 the lead for the Nationals. Runner at first being Jonah Bryan. That first pitch from Zeiler into Grayson McFadden is tight inside. Ball number 1. It's 1-0 the count now. 1-0, 2 down. Runner at first, Bryan. The pitch. Check swing, but didn't go around, and it's almost in the dirt. Ball 2 to McFadden. As that one check swung, I'm going to say he did not. So there's ball number 3 in McFadden. So, excuse me, McFarland. It's 3-0 the count. 22-0 lead for the Nationals. As Zeiler gets the sign and delivers. Ooh, that's going to nailed off the back there of Grayson McFarland. So he'll take a nasty little beating in the back as he'll make his way over to first. And now up comes Owen Bauer to bat. Now time's going to be called as out comes Carson Johnson, the assistant coach, to have a discussion with Zeiler in this infield with 2 runners on and 2 down here in this top of the third inning. 22-0, 22 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Nationals. No runs on 3 hits, 5 errors for this Lexington squad as they're down to their final out of today's ball game. Owen Bauer is up to bat with Dominic Vialen on deck, and then Henry Velasquez in the hole at 6, 7, and 8 in the order as Bauer struck out swinging in his first plate appearance. As the first pitch in from Blaze Zeiler is swung on right back to him. He'll pick it up and throw it to first, and that's how this game will come to an end. The Nationals take down Lexington here today, 22-0. 22 runs, 15 hits, no errors for the Nationals. And they will now improve to above 500 for the second time here this season as they win 22-0. A great win in terms of... Oh, no. Now we're having a discussion. Now we're having a talk. And that is going to be officially the game. Trevor trying to get me all screwed up here. Good heavens. So that'll do it here for the game. Nationals pick up the strong victory, and I think something they needed after a very strugglesome appearance versus Kearney on Wednesday, where they just really couldn't produce any offense or any runs. It just got shut down by Derek Nonhoff. And then here today really put their best foot forward, getting 22 runs across on 15 hits. We're going to step aside and take a break. We come back. We'll have our Quick Stop post-game coverage right here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, a video live streaming at NorthPlattePost.com.
Where do you go for wings?
Dave's Place.
Where do you go for pizza?
Dave's Place.
What about cold drinks, a family atmosphere, and nightly specials?
Dave's Place.
Sounds like a sweep for Dave's Place. Pizza made from fresh dough, drink deals, and yes, the best pizza and wings.
It's Dave's Place.
Dave's Place on East 4th Street or at davesplacenp.com.
Order it, carry out, DoorDash. Dave's Place. Whoop, whoop.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
Buying a car, it's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. Check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
With summer just around the corner, Mid-Plains Community College can help you get a jump start on your college degree. Our summer courses may allow you an opportunity to transfer credits back to your institution, saving you money while helping you earn your degree faster. Visit our website at mpcc.edu to learn more about our summer offerings and begin transforming your future today. That's mpcc.edu.
Exciting news! North Platte and surrounding communities, Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment has a new address. Find them at 220 West Leota Street, Suite 1, right beside Great Plains Urgent Care. Their professional staff is fully qualified to help you meet your needs. From wheelchairs to mobility scooters, lift chairs, and more, they have everything to make your home safe and comfortable. They've got you covered. Call Great Plains Health Home Care Equipment today at 308-568-8510. Let them help you regain your independence.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Find me, Brent Rogo, at 502 East Francis.
back here to Bill Wood Field. Nationals pick up the 22-0 victory over Lexington. Here I have joined by our freshly back to 500 head coach Ricky Holm. You know, a very lopsided opposite type of pendulum swing in terms of offense. Struggled to produce really anything against Kearney, but came back with a vengeance here today. 15 hits on 22 runs, and even saw some of the bench players that normally don't get some swings come in and get some confidence in their bat. And then more importantly, Easton Geisler, his first start here this season, you know, coming off of a shoulder surgery, pitched a very strong game, didn't give up any runs, though on 2 hits. So I think overall a very clean game that you were hoping to come out of here today of.
Yeah, biggest goal today was to come out and jump on them early and try to build some momentum coming into the weekend here with Cheyenne. Definitely, 16 runs in the first inning.
Definitely jumped on it, that's for sure.
Can't draw it up any better than that. But, even though we had a good game, there was definitely still some things we could work on. Easton Geisler, first start for seniors, could have been butterflies, but had a 30-pitch first inning, and as we get later in the season and he wants to throw big innings, we need to be able to count on him to be a bit more pitch efficient. But was able to get out of there with the unscathed, and then Blaze Eiler, who this is his second appearance ever, and he's actually looked pretty good. So was able to get out of it with most of our pitching saved, was able to give some guys rest, Dean's first rest, not behind the dish. Get some Easton Jones at DH just to kind of get him some hacks, but a little weight off his legs. So all in all, was just happy that we got out unscathed and build a little momentum going into tomorrow.
You talked about Easton Geisler, and I think that was kind of the biggest takeaway. Coming off of a shoulder surgery, didn't really get much action during the Bulldogs season. I think in my time there, one appearance, and that was against the first Grand Island game, which is a game we don't really like to talk about very much during the season.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
That was a Grand Island game, but how much you talked about it. Was it more butterflies, or really was it just rust at the same time having to shake off? Because he has had limited action ever since that injury, and he's still trying to work his way back. But again, overall, I think there was lots of good things to take away from him.
Yeah, that's his 4th time that he's pitched, in the last year and a half. Mm-hmm. So try to take it, and keep it in perspective and realizing that he's bouncing back. But, he's mature beyond his age. He's good at controlling the running game. He's got a good breaking ball. It's more so right now just kind of cleaning up his mechanics and making sure they're repeatable.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and again, you brought back some highlights of that first game against Ogallala, where you talked about the pitch consistency of trying to hit the zone, because that was another issue that kind of creeped its head up in that Kearney game. Is after a while the pitches and the control started to jump away from some of the guys. We know Geisler, Zeiler, Jones, Polk all have great fastballs, and they can really reach an upper echelon of speed, but if they try to push that speed, it starts to lose a little control. How do you wrangle them back in to make sure that they understand that? Yeah, we get it. You can throw the heater, but not the heater is not everything you need at that moment.
Yeah, it's all about staying within yourself and maximizing the energy and still being able to repeat your mechanics and throw strikes. Going back to that Kearney game, Ty Robinson came in and pitched a pretty good game and kept guys off balance. Didn't really give up a lot of good contact, but 3 of the 4 runs that he gave up were on free passes and were walks. And all it takes is, Anderson, the first baseman, had a little C&I ground ball in the 4-hole and scored a run, and that runner had gotten on base via the walk. And you go back and you look at any of your losses or any close games, and a lot of times it's going to be chalked up to those free passes coming around to score. So it's all about just limiting it and understanding that, I'd rather throw fastballs down the middle and give your defense a chance to at least stop it, because with walks you can't defend. Mm-hmm. So, pretty much from here on out, we're going to get into the dog days of summer here, and there isn't really going to be an easy game here for the next month or so. So hopefully we built a little momentum, and we're ready to go, because I know Cheyenne usually is going to come and give us their best game no matter what.
Yep, and you talk about it. Cheyenne comes in, and I don't know if I have a very good memory, but I don't know if you've taken a game off of Cheyenne in the 2 years that I've been here. That team is that's probably I wouldn't say a college level team, but that team has a lot of very prominent D1 athletes that always come from that program. Last year for certain was some of them, and they're a team that always puts their best foot forward and never really has an off day. So how as you as a coach go into that game knowing that they're rarely going to make any of those mistakes, and how would you probably, I would say plan to force any, but try to take advantage of maybe making them make some mistakes?
I mean, it's honestly easier as a coach to get guys up for the good games. I mean, they kind of know that it's kind of tough to get quality opponents that'll come out here to the west side of Nebraska and play us. So we're thankful that Cheyenne's been loyal and coming here every year for Memorial Weekend. We kind of dot. Usually I spend 20 hours on a gator for this weekend to get the field ready. We were able to put the field tarp on last night, so should be good to go for the weekend. We did beat them once last year in their tournament. We went 1-4, I believe, against them last year. And I mean, we're going to be in their tournament this year, and then we're also in the same bracket at the Creighton Prep tournament. So I wouldn't be surprised if we play them another 5-6 times this year.
But that's probably, I think, for the best. You know, you would probably take a beating from Cheyenne probably over a close loss against McCook, because even though you could take away a lot of things from that McCook game that you probably would want to do over again, I think you can learn more and then get a lot of guys more experience facing upper echelon talent like Cheyenne, because stuff like that you rarely see, but it really does lock somebody more in, because the game kind of just slows down when you see talent like that.
Yeah, I mean, every year that I've been here, we've proven that we can beat any team and we can lose to any team. So just knowing that we got to come focused, especially Cheyenne. I mean, last year their number one, McAnally, pitched as a true freshman at Utah.
Yeah.
Feeser had signed with Nebraska and ended up going to Cloud College. So, I mean, we were seeing two guys that were between 85 and 93 last year. So I don't know if they'll have quite that velo, but either way, every year they've came here, they've had a quality program. So we know our work's going to be cut out for us, and looking forward to the challenge.
Looking forward, and then a game after that, doubleheader Grand Island, then you welcome in Hastings on that Thursday. So as you said, this month here, the start of this June and then middle of June really is picking up the momentum in terms of competition. And you talked about it's easier to get guys to wake up for those games compared to games like against McCook and Lexington. So how are you going to, keep the guys focused in, even on the bad losses, to make sure that, hey, don't hang your head down, keep your head up, because this season's still early on?
Well, we know, like with the schedule that we have coming up, that if we're not paying attention and we're not locked in, we can wake up in 2-3 weeks and be 5, 6, 7 games under 500. So we know that we got to come focused every day. As we get into June here, the practices kind of cut down a little bit, and hopefully we're just kind of touching up on little things that we need to work on. But once June gets going, I mean, we're living out of a suitcase. You don't know where you're at. It gets a little delirious during June, but I've been doing it for 30 years as a player and a coach. I don't really know any other way other than that. And I mean, these guys know what to expect. We're a little road tested. We're a younger team, but all the younger guys, have gotten experience. I mean, this is Dean's third year of seniors, and he's a sophomore. So, we're relying on freshmen, we're relying on sophomores, we're relying on juniors, and then a couple seniors. So, all in all, just excited for the guys, and hopefully we're ready to go tomorrow.
Love to see it. I'll see you tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Doubleheader junior game beforehand, and then, of course, the seniors single game, and then doubleheader on Sunday against Cheyenne. Coach, thank you so much for stopping on by. Congratulations on the victory here today. 22-0 victory for the FNBO Nationals in today's contest. Well, we'll step aside for one final time here today. We come back, our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game, and our conclusion into tomorrow's games right here, FM 98.1 and 1410, and of course, video live stream at NorthPlattePost.com.
We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop. With your 24-hour convenience store. Fast, friendly, no one gets you more. Gas, food, your favorite drink. Get everything you need in a blink. That's why everybody stops at Quick Stop. We're always open right around the corner. Quick Stop.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, "Do the right thing." That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask me, Matthew Musselman, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
Buying a car? It's not always the most pleasant experience, but it doesn't have to be that way. 23 years. That's how long Premier Toyota has been in North Platte community, delivering a car buying experience that's friendly, easy, and fun. check PremierAutoplex.com first, then stop by your lot at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte. Come see us. Premier Toyota for your next new Toyota or pre-owned vehicle. Premier Toyota at PremierAutoplex.com.
Nicole is having her favorite Runza salad.
The something something ranch salad.
It's the chicken bacon ranch salad.
But you can put whatever else you want around it. I'm here for the ranch.
I'm with you. Runza's homemade ranch is perfect. It's so good. A classic.
It's literally the only reason I like salad.
Great point. Come get a salad with your ranch. Try Runza's chicken bacon ranch salad today. Because from the way we make it to the way it makes you feel, Runza makes it all better.
The North Platte Public Schools prepares all students to be productive, responsible citizens in a safe, caring, supporting learning environment with caring staff, engaging curriculum, clean facilities, and updated technology. You can rely on our schools giving your child the tools they need for a successful future. For more information, including enrollment and career opportunities, visit nppsd.org. North Platte Public Schools. Communicate, connect, commit.
The DNN Event Center wishes everyone a great sports season. With North Platte and Nebraska weather, things change quickly and can make our lives a little more difficult. Thank goodness for the DNN. The DNN offers hourly rentals for all types of sports practices, including turf, courts, batting cages, and equipment usage. Call the DNN Event Center to schedule your team's practice times and for more league information for all sports seasons. For over 30 years in our community, for your next event, the DNN Event Center.
Back here, Bill Woodfield. Now it's time for our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. That's going to go to Easton Geisler. And I think you sit there and you said, bring up the hitting stats of a lot of guys. Joni hit 1,000. Dean hit 1,000 here today. A lot of people went really, really good offensively. But I think for a guy like Easton Geisler, who hasn't really seen much action on the mound or really playing these last couple of months to a year and a half because of his injury, to come out and only give up 3 hits on the day, I think is a huge accomplishment for him and always going to build his confidence going forward, as we will need him. The coach always talks about this being a very, very deep team offensively and deep team in terms of its pitching rotation, the deepest he's ever seen. But you still got to make sure that those guys get some action to make sure that they are as comfortable as they are, and he is our Ameriprise Financial Money Player of the Game. I'll see you guys tomorrow when the Nationals take on Cheyenne in game number 1 of a 3-game series. That begins again tomorrow, 6 o'clock. When I see you all here, FM 98.1, AM 1410, of course, video live streaming, NorthPlattePost.com.
Was a North Platte Post special presentation. FNBO Baseball on FM 90.